Since the day Spider-Man was announced, I've only heard good things about it. All my friends were hyped, and game critics were passing out high scores like it was going out of style. Which means the game has to be amazing. So naturally, when I experienced the game for myself, I was very disappointed. Wow, look at that beautiful title screen. Oh man, look at those menus. I cannot wait to play this game. What? Is this some type of joke? Don't worry guys, I think I figured it out. This is like that part in Uncharted 4 where you have to play Crash Bandicoot before you get to the real game. Guys, I'm starting to think something's actually wrong. Hang on, I have an idea. Yep, there's a smudge. Alright, let's give this another shot. Yeah, now we're in business. You know what the problem with this game is? It's not fun. Everything that made me want to buy this game was from the cutscenes. The actual gameplay is a joke. Take combat for example. In all the trailers, I watched Spider-Man flip around, web people, and use devastating attacks to fend off like 6 guys at once. But I never got to do any of this as a player. You never deal with more than one opponent at a time. They all just stand around waiting for their turn to get a beatdown until you attack them. You also don't get any cool moves. No matter how many button combinations I attempted, Spider-Man used a single boring combo. He never used any of his acrobatic abilities or web moves unless it was a cutscene. This game is basically just a 16-hour cutscene. Half the time, you don't even play as him. You spend most of the game controlling Sneaky Jane while she plays Pokemon Snap.
Gotta get a photo, got it.
Or this kid, who's definitely not Spider-Man and never will be because he spends so much time on his phone.
I mean, it was helpful.
Probably the best moment in this game is when you're forced to play as a civilian pretending to be Spider-Man, because at least then you get to watch Spider-Man do all the stuff that you wish you could do when you control him, but it's essentially just a glorified cutscene where you control the camera.
How do you do it?
Amazingly, there is something you actually get to do as Spider-Man when you're in control. It's one of the most iconic and cool parts of being Spider-Man. In fact, it's the only feature of the game that Insomniac had to get right in order to make people happy. Everything else could have been garbage and no one would have cared. There could have been missions where you chased birds, or collected clouds, or some other stupid non-Spider-Man stuff. Obviously, I'm talking about web swinging. The problem is, Insomniac screwed it up. Somehow, they turned it into a tedious form of transportation that makes fast travel look exciting. I don't know how they screwed it up so badly. The icing on the cake is that even the cutscenes that should be cutscenes are bad.
I have a habit of making bad jokes in tense situations.
The story is embarrassingly predictable if you know anything about the comics.
You do know I can still see you, right?
Damn it!
I mean, Sneaky Jane gives everything away in the first 5 seconds of her introduction by saying,
Hey, Pete.
everyone knows that's straight out of issue 1 of Spider-Jane. Come on, guys! At least try to pretend you're writing a new story. As many complaints as I've expressed, there is at least one good thing about this game. You can tell that it was thoroughly tested. I didn't encounter any glitches, which is a big deal in an age where games are regularly released in unplayable conditions. It was refreshing playing a game where I didn't have to be concerned about possibly redoing entire missions because things might break right before I finish. Unfortunately, having no bugs doesn't change the fact that there's no point playing this game. Which is exactly why I put in the minimum amount of effort possible, and I'll probably never revisit this game. Hold the phone! They just released DLC with a black cat in it? I gotta see this!
Hey, Spider.
Are you serious?
Black cat,